Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's your pal Mega Snoop, and today we're doing it's not a podcast, but it's like a little podcast thing where I'm talking to my boys. I've got Smirky Bumper Pop here. You can say hi.
Hello.
And then I've got my friend Noah. You may also know him as Squeak or Squeakachu. He was my eighth follower ever on Twitch. Been a good friend of mine ever since, and I figured he could bring some good insight into this conversation. Say what's up.
I mean, we don't have to have it really be a podcast, but I would like it to be a
It would be
podcast.
nice, like to have something like this. I don't know, not every week, because who's got the time?
Let's get gear up in here.
Get gear up, yeah, and he can come in and be all like, back in my day, we didn't have Toontown partners. We just had kids who stole their parents' credit card and donated us a lot of money.
Oh, we won't say any names.
We won't say any
Oof.
names.
Oof.
Oof. So how about them documents, boys? No, but we had some structured topics to talk about. So the first thing on my list here is the state of Toontown and the Toontown community when it was first kind of founded back in the mid 2000s with Coach Z and all that, and then where it began kind of escalating again in early 2015 versus where it is now in 2020. So I think one of the best things we could do is start off with Smirky because he actually was there making content in the 2000s there. So what can you tell us about the content in the early 2000s or the later 2000s that's different from the Toontown content you see today?
Well, to start, I was really cringy.
SmirkyCries.com.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Okay,
Yeah,
I just
no.
wanted to. I'm gonna cut you off. You know what's funny though is that like everybody knows Smirky for Smirky Cries, right? But the funny thing
Yeah.
is, your Sans video, your like Sans on Toontown, is about
Oh
to pass
yeah.
that for viewership, and that's only 6 months
Yeah.
old.
I literally just noticed that. The Smirky Cries video is like 6 years old, but that SADS video from Corporate Clash that I
Mm-hmm.
uploaded is about to surpass this video, and it's been 6 months.
I
And
know.
like,
So now you're Smirky, the
holy,
fought Sans on Toontown guy.
Well, we were
yeah,
talking about this the other day, Aaron, where Quackity, another old Toontown content creator, like
Mm-hmm.
his first video that took off was Undertale sucks, and how much of
Mm-hmm.
the Undertale like
that's
name
right.
carries so much weight behind it. So
It
I'm not
does.
surprised.
Yeah.
So obviously, if any Toontown server wants to thrive, just put Undertale tones in it. Wait, wasn't there one that did that? It made like the battle system in Toontown, like the Undertale like
Wasn't
fight.
it ODS?
Was
Was
it
that
ODS?
ODS?
I never
I'm
played it to be
I'm
honest,
pretty
but
sure it
I
was. Yeah,
remember
they had
there
like
was.
a random mini game that popped up if you had it enabled.
It was all Undertale, wasn't it?
It was basically ripped from Undertale. Anyway, I got off track. I'm sorry, Smirky.
Okay.
Tell me about content.
Yeah, content. We all love content.
Content.
So yeah, oh god, the good old days of Toontown where everyone just talked about Freckle Slam and Trap Cat and oh god, like the tunes in Toon Valley and oh yeah, those were the days, man.
From
And
what I can
yeah,
tell, like,
watching.
I'm sorry, I was just gonna say, from what
Oh
I can tell, the tone from like early Toontown was very like hacker heavy. It was very like that was the big thing was hackers and injectors, and that was what everyone was talking about.
yeah, everyone definitely freaked out whenever there were hackers. I think all of our 10-year-old selves were like, "Oh, they're gonna win the game free." Um, yeah, no. Just thinking. Yeah, there were a lot of Toontown content creators back in the day that I would watch that got me into live streaming on YouTube. Oh yeah, this is the time where I live streamed on YouTube and not
Hmm.
Twitch. But yeah, I would watch like Coach Zucchini a lot. I think all of us watched Frizzy Dog and Pop way back in the
Oh
day.
yeah,
You know
that's
what? I
right.
saw that he is premiering a video. He actually premiered a video like 4 hours ago on YouTube. It was about
Really?
I
What?
saw that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What was it?
That's
Was it
crazy.
Toontown related, or was he
It
going
was
back to
Toontown
like?
related. It was
Yeah.
Toontown. Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Interesting.
That's weird. We were literally talking about him in my last stream. Like people are like, "You remember Frizzy Dong Pop?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I used to hang out with that guy." There's a story I have where like he called me on Skype one day and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna delete all my like Toontown, contacts on Skype because I just like can't like really, I don't know." He didn't want to really think about the game that much. He was just kind of getting like tired of it, but he
Mm-hmm.
told me he wanted to keep me on his contacts list because he thought I was cool. So
Aw.
weird flex, but I don't know. Frizzy was a cool dude. it was also the time where Lefty Lemonzilla and Atomic Man drew up a lot of controversy too with their videos, and then there was Master Milton going on his rants. Like these were simpler times.
These
And
were
then
different, yeah.
yeah, and then you had Bingo come into the picture with his pranks, and Lau
Oh
Sena
yeah,
come into the picture with
Bingo
her.
was so wholesome. Like he was like
Yeah,
what you would see from Toontown creators now. Like he would fit in so well with these dudes.
I definitely think so. Like he's off doing his own thing now, but
For sure.
yeah, I did a prank or two with him. That was pretty fun. So
Isn't there one where you guys like dressed up the same or something?
yeah, we basically pranked the people as twins and said the exact same thing at the exact same time.
That's amazing. See, nowadays that's just multi-tuning.
Pretty much,
God.
yeah.
hmm Yeah, but
Oh
it's
God,
just so crazy that almost none of the people from back then are here now. Like they all phased out. Like there's
pretty
you
much.
and Quackity, and Quackity's not even part of this community anymore, really.
He's really not. No, he's off doing his own thing, but he does go into Toontown streams.
hmm
I see with
Yeah,
some.
every once in a while he'll come in and say hi, like in my stream or your
Yeah.
stream. He even likes my tweets every now and then.
Mm,
He's still
that's cool.
around. Like he still supports
Oh
us
yeah.
little guys, but no, it's crazy
Ah,
to see
yeah.
what he's doing. Good stuff.
It's like when you say, "Don't forget us when you're famous." He didn't
hmm
forget.
He didn't. I mean, he's not going to be like, "Hey, everybody, go watch Toontown," but like sometimes he still streams Toontown for just for the.
He still plays the game sometimes.
He
I have him on my friends
does.
list on my main,
Yeah,
and he's
Yeah.
on like I see him and I like check his profile because he's famous and stuff. And it's like played 6 days ago, and I'm like, oh my god, you run the game 6 days ago. What are you doing?
He frequents. Yeah, he's got friends who still play, and so he goes on to play with those friends like quite frequently.
oh yeah, but yeah. Those were simpler times.
Yeah, and then moving into like the early 2015, there was kind of this mood change, like where there was no content creators, like nobody was making content. Even at this time, Smirky, you weren't even making content. Like there was nobody to upload any Toontown videos, and enter me and Gag Strategists, and that's kind of where we got our start, is because there was suddenly a need for Toontown content and no one was making it. And
Yeah,
I was just
yeah.
gonna
So
say, oh, sorry,
uh,
I'm cutting you off like 5 million times. You go ahead.
okay, I mean, I was just yeah. Like 2015 was around the time I actually started transitioning to Twitch because there was literally nothing to make YouTube videos of. I felt like, and I'm still struggling to make YouTube videos, but it's something I want to get. I really, really want to get back into. Maybe do like discussion videos, kind of like how you do with your community.
Mm,
But yeah, like I just felt like I really wanted to have a change of pace, so that's when I switched to Twitch, and you know, nobody was streaming Toontown on Twitch, right? Like pretty
nobody.
much no
No,
one.
nobody
So
was.
so yeah, then enter, me, you, and Gag Strategist,
Gag
and
strategist, dude.
what a
Strategic.
meme. Yeah, and then we just kind of, I guess, hit the ground running from there. Yeah, 2015. That was after. I'm thinking that was after the first ever in-game Toon Fest,
hmm
where not a lot happened at first. It took like an extra day for everything to get the ground running because of all the crashing and all the hype. I literally had like a YouTube live stream with like over 1,000 viewers. I specifically remember that because
hmm
Toonfest was like the hype. And then there was also the alpha elections for Doomsday that Toontown Rewritten held. That was like one of the biggest like major events that they had live in the game. It kind of,
hmm
if you think about like a live Fortnite concert or event, like
Yeah.
that was the marshmallow concert for Toontown, but not exactly all that fun.
Gosh darn it, we need more of those.
We need more
We
Travis
really
Scott content.
do.
Bring Travis Scott to Toontown. We'll all be in the gazebo in Acorn Acres.
When I was a first viewing streams, because I also like introduced myself to the community in 2015. I was watching Aaron in January 2015. It was like barren. There was like nobody streaming, and it was crazy because people had spoken of times where like people had like alpha keys or beta keys
Oh,
and all that stuff, but like there was just nobody, and I was like, "Where's all the content, dude?"
oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh god.
it was much
Give
different.
Alpha
Like
Key.
the reason why I was even able to grow in the first place is because I started making videos that I didn't even see existed. We were talking about the previous Toontown videos from like the late 2000s, early 2010s. Out of all that time, there was no simple tutorial channels that grew. There was Coach Z, but his was always what not to do, not instead of like how to do it correctly. It was always don't do this, don't do that, and if you do, I'm not your mommy, right? And so I was like, hey guys, here is my minimalistic ability to write words. Like if you go back and look at any of my videos from 2015, there are so many typos. I stutter. I even said a couple things wrong. People still watched it, because at the time there was nothing to compete with it. So people wanted these easy tutorials because they were getting back into the game again for the first time and they didn't remember how to play it. So when they look up Toontown tutorial, this is what they were finding.
Those are still some of your most popular videos.
They
too.
are
Like,
hundreds of 100,000 views here, there, and everywhere. It's crazy.
no slouch, no slouch.
And it's
Yeah.
stuff that I always thought was like obvious, like gag training. Right now at 150 to 170,000 views, I think, just off the top of my head. And it's like go to an invasion, go into a building. That's the whole video. That's literally it.
As a Toontown player, it's common sense, but I guess if you're just getting into the game for the first time back then, that's stuff that people really want to know.
Very
So,
true. And they're just like, well, is there any faster way? And then they watch my video and they're like, no, there isn't.
the
No.
grind is still real.
So, but that's what content was back then. Between my tutorials and gag strategist music videos, you still had random tune making videos too.
Those were so good
God
too.
bless his soul. He was such a good content creator. I love that guy.
I
I
know.
miss him, man.
Mhm.
I even remember his content from way back in those like early 2010, 2012, 2011 days when he first started. And oh man, if those videos are still out there, like you can really see how much his like random tune show actually like evolved over the time, where it was like I just remember like top-notch videos and everything. Like it was a show. Like, oh man, it made me laugh so much when I was a kid.
Like it's crazy how much inspiration of the community came from him and his videos, because he was I would honestly say he was one of the best Toontown content creators, hands down, because he
Hands
was
down.
informative, funny, comedic timing, great editing. He knew his stuff.
Absolutely.
He was a master at his craft. He really was.
Absolutely. So, but let's skip ahead to 2020. What is what is the content of the community now? Like what do we see now?
Well,
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
So
Just
here,
quiet.
I want to chime in here with with something. Is that I think there's a lot more room for growth, right? Because people like Matt and people like you, Aaron, they're not streaming Toontown as much anymore, right? And maybe that's a good thing for them because it allows fresh meat, like some of the newer Toontown partners, to get their legs, right? And I see a lot of streamers, and I'm not gonna like name drop them right now because
I'll name drop them. I see B Dog and an Amesy. They're doing great work right now.
AMZ, Maximilian, a couple others, they're doing some great stuff, and it's stuff that's like it's innovative. They've taken the formula from what made our content so popular back then, like the Twitch Town stuff, and they've evolved it. I see people like Zing doing like huge 24-hour streams. He's promised a 48-hour stream next Thursday, and I'm like, oh my god,
I couldn't
this
do
guy
that,
is
dude.
crazy. I think there's just a lot more like I think there's a lot of energy right now in the Toontown community, and
Oh,
and,
go
and I
ahead.
feel like I feel like the potential for newer charities to come out and bigger content creators to come out of this community is at an all-time high.
Yeah, like to kind of bounce off of that, like you might think that there's not really too much going on with content in Toontown, but I was gonna say like I am starting to see like more and more people starting to stream Toontown on Twitch, and I recently just watched a hilarious video about multiple Toontown servers. I forget what the name of the guy was that made the video, but it was like you have these like new content creators coming in to the picture now, I think. So I don't know whether it's because the Toontown Rewritten Partner Program just got launched, or if it's literally just because people are, quarantined and trying to, find something to do during this crazy time. So I think we're really starting to see like a new influx of creators, like Noah was saying, and I think that could actually really be a very positive thing when it comes to getting Toontown content out there, especially because I've felt lackluster when it comes to having ideas for videos for YouTube or things like that. But seeing other people starting to like get back into the content creator scene is actually kind of motivating in a way, I think.
Yeah,
Right.
I absolutely agree. I don't even know how, but somehow I just started finding, maybe it's not motivation, but like things to actually talk about with Toontown. It was kind
Hmm.
of weird because for like the past, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 months, I've been like, no, there's nothing for me to do on Toontown. Literally have no reason to play the game. I have no reason to stream it. And then you look at my recent uploads. Like 3 of the past 5 are Toontown. I have 2 more recorded on my hard drive right now that are ready to upload, and then like a few more that were even before that. And it's like, where did all of this come from all of a sudden? Why do I suddenly have so much to talk about? And I think it is all of these variables at the same time. Like you were saying, there was quarantine, there's more people on the game, there's these servers coming out with new ideas, and there's even TTR trying their best to do what they can to stimulate the community as well, whether it's with the partner program or this new in-game event that they keep delaying that I'd really like to know more information about. But we're seeing more and more of this out of nowhere suddenly, and it's like that Toontown cycle. It was kind of a stupid video idea that I did however many years ago, because it's really just a cycle that applies to anything that you really have this nostalgic connection to, where you play it for a bit, you go away, you come back to it. So whether it's nostalgia or drugs, whatever it is that you're addicted to, you have that like cycle where you come back to it every once in a while, and people are like, "Yeah, I feel that with Toontown because it always feels like it's dead and then it's back to life, and then it's dead
Yeah,
and then it's back to life." But
yeah,
it's
exactly.
just so prominent with Toontown because Toontown is so good about being dead and then coming back to life out of nowhere.
Yeah, like I've referenced that video just personally, like every now and then. I'm like, yeah, this always happens. Like it's just this cycle never stops. Like like I think right now we're in that moment as of early May where like we're starting to see like that upward trend of
Mm-hmm.
more and more people coming on the game, and especially when Toonfest season rolls in, that's when a lot of people get really excited about the
Mm-hmm.
game just in general.
Mid to late summer is really always big.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, summer's
So,
been always big for me.
and
Mm-hmm.
it's always big for like content creation, which, is also, why it's cool to see more and more content creators coming into the picture. Um, but yeah, I guess another thing is like Toonfest at Replay FX not happening anymore this year.
Mm-hmm. Did you want
Right.
Did you want to
That's
talk about that? What are your thoughts about that?
I mean, sure. I mean, I know like some of you guys weren't even gonna go this year, regardless of it was happening. So
Mm-hmm.
that kind of like made me on the fence of whether or not I wanted to go, honestly, because like it's so much fun to like go there and like hang out with everyone, and not having like friends to hang out with kind of takes away from the experience, I feel.
Oh yeah.
But like it is always fun to just like go and say hello to people and just kind of be there just for the heck of being there, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and also just like, being able to live stream it and, co-stream the event or whatever, and just like hanging out with the community. Like that's like the big thing, I think. So it is kind of sad on that regard that Toonfest is canceled, and now they're switching over to a virtual format, which we have like no idea. No one knows what's going on in regards to that virtual format right now. So, um, I,
Like
I mean, what do you guys think is
my
gonna?
speculation is that like in the most minimalistic sense, they would at least live stream what they've been live streaming. They'll do a content showcase and then they'll do a Q&A. Like at minimum. Maybe they'll do more, maybe they might even do less. Like I don't know, but I would assume that minimalistically that's what they're going to start with and then see if they can build more from there.
Yeah, I definitely hope that is the case. Like, I certainly agree. I don't
Because
know.
I don't know, like, if anything, I feel like all of the stuff that you would normally walk up and look at, like the artwork and maybe the flunky, maybe they'll
Mhm.
turn that into a video and just display the video live on stream. I'm not sure, but if they don't have any ideas and they happen to be listening, there's a couple ideas.
well, I also the other thing to think of is one of the appeals for some people to go to that event was the in-game items, right? So what
Mm-hmm.
are they going to do about that?
That's a
Are
good
they going
point.
to have people? Are they going to have people pay virtual tickets to kind of like get these in-game items? I don't
I've
know.
I personally suggested utilizing the partner program to have content creators give out codes, but also I'm just thinking about like the people who were paying for a ticket who were actually going to go. Like, they were going to go to the convention. They rightfully should be given, I feel, like a ToonFest code.
Mhm.
So, I mean, just because they were going to go and spend their money and their time to actually
You're
hang
like,
out
hey, DM me the receipt to your flight ticket, and I'll send you a code. You know.
right.
Here's
Also,
what I
give me your,
last year.
give me your bank account details.
As a real quick thing I wanted to bring up, though, I don't know if you noticed, but every single ToonFest for the past, like, 5-ish years has been a different item that is part of a full outfit.
Yeah.
And now they've completed the outfit. So what do you think the new code would even be? Would it be a different item for a different outfit? Or are they just going to, like, let's make a new shirt, or let's make a new backpack, or let's make new shoes?
What if
For
they did
everyone-
some kind of special, like, glasses?
Everyone is going to get a hair off the top of Joey's head.
Please email, or please send me through the mail a piece of your hair, Joey. I need it.
Oh,
Tape it to my wall.
frame it.
Yep. So it'll be
I've-
interesting to see what if they are doing new items, like what kind of items they're gonna end up doing. But that's just a little thing that it's like we don't know, and it's all we can do is try to come up with ideas. But that's okay.
Hmm.
But yeah, and the ToonFest is canceled this year, and now that I really think about it, I kind of feel like going again. Maybe next year. I think a lot of the reason I didn't want to go was like the circumstances around me, and since I'm no longer with a lot of those circumstances, and I'm enjoying streaming again. Like there was a point in time where I just didn't feel like streaming anymore. I didn't want to make any more YouTube videos. Like I just wanted to be done. I wanted to no longer be Mega Snoop. But now that I don't feel that way, I'm like, maybe I would go and go hang out with friends in Pittsburgh again and do all the things that we did before.
I will say one thing about ToonFest, like every year the location could be different. Like we never know what the location is until they announce it. And like a lot of people are like, a lot of people tend to think that ToonFest is like, I don't know. Like people don't distinguish that Replay FX is completely separate from ToonFest. They think it's like they think Replay FX is ToonFest. That's not exactly the case.
Why are there all these other video games here?
Yeah, where did these people come from? Why isn't it 200,000 square feet of nothing but Toontown? Just fit the whole entirety of Toontown into 200,000 square feet.
Yeah,
Yes, just buy Toontown.
recreate Toontown Central inside of the Expo Center.
But
God,
yeah.
I cry.
Oh god, I was gonna say something about Toonfest if I can't remember what it was.
It's okay. We can always circle back if you can't remember off the top of your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe we'll see what next year holds. But you are right about like make sure that you don't preemptively buy tickets if you don't know they're going to be there. That happened with OMG Con from 2016 to 2017.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that Replay FX next year, 2021. The dates are in mid-August, so Replay FX isn't even gonna happen for another 13 months after ToonFest was supposed to happen this year. So if Toontown waited until Replay FX 2021, that's 13 months. And then that's also a point in time where some people are already going back to school. Like I have a job at my school that like requires me to be back at the beginning of August. So I don't know, maybe 2021, I don't know. This is like sheer speculation. Take it with a grain of salt. I think Toontown Rewritten could potentially or maybe they should consider other options outside of Replay. I'm not saying Replay isn't a good option. I've loved going to Replay FX.
But you're just saying because of the dates, how it wouldn't be a good fit for many people.
I don't know. I mean, the world doesn't revolve around me, but like,
But it definitely could.
It definitely could.
I mean, you could be Mr. No and already graduated.
Right.
Yes, I graduated yesterday.
Hey,
But anyways, yeah, you know what? You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Smirky Bummer Pop confirms Toontown is not going to be a Replay FX next year.
It's confirmed, dude.
that is a lie. No, I don't know. I just think that, especially with that time frame of kids going back to school, and given the like demographic of Toontown Rewritten players, it's just something I think the team should consider personally if they're watching this and starting to plan for 2021, like later in the year. I don't know, just my own thoughts, I guess.
And hey, as a
I know you're watching.
Toontown partner, you have that access to that Discord where you can have that one-on-one conversation with staff members.
What a beautiful segue.
I know.
We know you're watching, Quentin. We know.
So yeah, that is a great segue though. Let's talk about the Toontown Partner Program since we're all at different stages of that. So I'm the big denied boy. We've got Smirky, the official Toontown partner, and we've got Mr. Squeak underscore underscore who has done a few Toontown streams. And have you submitted an application already, or?
I have not yet, but I'm interested in the Toontown Partner Program, so that's my stance. Is that
Why
I'm
are you
interested.
interested in the Toontown Partner Program?
Well, Smirky, I never thought you'd ask. One of the things I want to touch on with the partner program is obviously I made a video on my YouTube channel, which is very small, about the Toontown Partner Program and my thoughts about it. And basically, what I said was that I think it's a good idea, but they need to execute it well. And that I was just, I'm curious about the execution because obviously, with a partner, right? When you come along the lines of like you're sponsoring something because in effect Toontown is sponsoring or sorry the Toontown written team is sponsoring people, right? And when you come along the lines that people or like sponsors usually sponsor people because either they're good for the brand or they're good for the image or it's something that the messaging want to get across. So one
Uh-huh.
of my questions is like, what is the incentive for a partner, right? Like is there like channel growth involved? Is it just you're doing it out of the goodness of your heart? Like why are content creators letting the Toontown written team use their platforms for community outreach, and what is the thing you're getting back from them?
I have a follow up question to that, so you can answer additionally. So you've been a Toontown partner now, Smirky, for like a week, right?
Something like that, probably. Yeah.
In that week, what have you already gotten from them?
Um, Let me think. So I know that I've gotten to know like a lot of other partners, like a lot closer, which is good because you kind of start to feel that you're like you know uh working together with other people, which is good. I know that one of the perks that you guys might know is that they let you know ahead of time when stuff is going to happen in the game. So since this is in the past, one thing that they let us know ahead of time that was happening was the mini mega invasion with the telemarketers. They let us know that was happening ahead of time in case we wanted to like make a tweet or a video or a stream covering the
Oh,
mega invasion. So
sorry.
that was one thing that they did let us know ahead of time. Um, I'm just trying to think. Uh, I have been able to like share my thoughts, and honestly, I think it's really good because we get the opportunity to like shape the program. So even though even if some things might not seem totally clear, like we can actually go in and like provide that direct feedback into a channel that they do monitor. So that way, like I've been able to express like my own critiques and my own opinions regarding like certain things, and they've taken that into consideration, which is really like awesome because I feel like it's been like hard to have a direct feedback channel to provide any sort of thoughts to the team. So I think it's like a really good like benefit. Um, I know the vanity URL is also kind of nice. I mean, I've always just kind of linked my Twitch channel, but my vanity URL toon.town/smirky actually takes people to my Twitch channel. So
Mm-hmm.
the vanity URL can take the content creators, if you're a partner, to whatever channel you want it to, your Twitter, your YouTube, your Twitch. So and then I guess if they do ever spotlight creators on the blog posts, people that maybe they'll slap the link on the blog post, I don't know, but that could be a good way to kind of get that promotion. I feel like the partner program is still in the early stages though,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a lot of room for it to like really develop into something greater and to have more structure. So I think it's still just kind of being developed at the moment. And honestly, like as of this recording, like they haven't brought on any other partners other than the founding ones. So I'm really interested to see how things shift whenever more partners get accepted into the program. um yeah, I mean, does that answer your question?
What have been some of the critiques you've given the team? Like for example.
um So, Mega Snoop, I know in your recent video where you talked about why you were denied into the partner program,
Yeah, I did make that
you
video. You're right.
you did make that video.
Yeah, I think I did make that video.
So, I know recall that you mentioned that you were given a 3-month waiting period before
Before
reapplying.
reapplying.
If that
Yeah.
was something that was of interest to you, which I know you said it's not really of interest to you. So I kind of like brought up that and kind of mentioned I think that wait period is a little bit long. Like I think about how whenever I was constantly applying for the Twitch partner program,
Yeah, Twitch
they
is 3 weeks.
yeah, they told you to reapply in a few weeks. And then like there was even one time where I applied after getting rejected and they were like, "We noticed your community isn't growing. Reapply again in a few weeks." So it was like reapply again and
Mhm.
then you might get partnered. In that instance I didn't get partnered. But that's besides the point. I like I don't know. I kind of just expressed that I feel 3 months is enough. Like it's way too much time because it draws out the the passion just dies out. Like so much can change in a few weeks, right?
Mhm.
And we know that having applied to the Twitch partner program, 3 months just I mean kind
Three
of
months is
seems
a long time, yeah.
like a long time. And I know that with um I don't know. I think Toontown has a thing where it's like it takes 6 months for Twitch staff or not Twitch staff, Toontown staff um, applications like reapply again after 6 months if you want to reapply for Toontown written staff. So I think that might be where that 3 months came from. I just feel like part of my critique was that they should maybe reconsider maybe adjusting that time frame because if you have people who truly want to be part of this partner program but they get denied and are told they have to reapply in 3 weeks, that's like a shot in the heart right there.
Mhm.
Like you have to wait an entire 3 months. Like so much can change in just a few weeks. Even more can change in just a few months.
Oh yeah, if you do like three
Right.
months, you're gonna get people who just give up, right? But in 3 weeks, they're like, okay, I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna try harder.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's an example of one critique I've given directly to the team, and I know that they like monitor those channels. So,
Hmm.
um, you know, that's something that I've really enjoyed having like that capability of providing that direct feedback. I'm not exactly sure, because I know they're talking about the blog posts and everything like that for like growth opportunities. I really want to see them do a little more personally. I've already passed along to Quentin. I think, it'd be nice if maybe like the Toontown Rewritten Twitter could follow their partners because the partners are held to a higher standard anyway. You might as well have like some sort of like I don't know, slight monitoring of like how those standards are being held, I guess, if that makes sense. Like,
I got that. It's easier to
you know,
monitor them that way. Also, low key, it would be nice to do that just as like, in a sense, it's subtle promotion. You're like, oh,
It's
yeah,
Toontown
good.
Rewritten follows these people. Oh, maybe I should follow them too.
exactly. Like that's the whole thing with like the growth too. Like, and I know Quentin has said like, oh, like they'll talk about it and like he doesn't see why not, but they just haven't pulled the trigger on it yet. I really think they should. Like things like that. What about the Toontown Rewritten Twitch channel auto hosting its partners? What about that? What
That'd be a
about
cool idea. Yeah,
like I just thought of that one actually.
that's good. Write that down. Write that down.
Write it down. No, but seriously, like those are the little things can really help when it comes to providing that growth incentive to the partners that are in this program, especially as more and more partners start filing in to the program. I don't know, like if they would also consider maybe throwing like a catalog of streams on their website, like a top tunes kind of thing, but except here's just a bunch of people streaming Toontown right now, or here's some really popular Toontown related videos on YouTube. I don't know. That's a rough idea.
See, that's what I thought they were gonna do when they started getting partners. Is they were gonna at least have like a tab being like, check out our Toontown partners, and then have like
Okay.
a picture, some links, and a little bio. Like,
Well,
I was
now
hoping
that
like the vanity URL was at least gonna take you to like your own page on their, like toon.town/Smirky would be like a thing on their website that says, this is Smirky. Here's an embedded thing of his Twitch. Here's his latest YouTube videos and tweets. That would be cool. That might be expecting a little much, but at least having something on their website to be like, check out our partners would be cool.
Honestly, I think that would be really cool because I've seen services that I'm partnered with on their like gaming, website. They have avatars of their current partners scrolling through, and you could like click on it to go to their
You're
Twitter.
like, hey, that girl's pretty. Click.
Oh my goodness.
But I'm not wrong, like.
I think that would be really cool just to highlight, hey, here's some of our partners. You should, consider applying and, join these people. And, that could be a really cool thing too. And join this like community of people. I know they're saying that like they keep talking about how their idea is to not make it like this exclusive group of people. And I don't know how they're gonna do that.
Yeah, I was like, that's too late on that. It is an exclusive group of people.
It's just like I know the idea is bridging the gaps between creators and the team, so that way we as creators can provide feedback to the team on how to better, run the game, connect the bridges, support creators. But like it is like this group of people. You're giving them like a Toon ID. You're giving them like this, like Discord that not everyone else has. Like I know the team is not trying to make this an exclusive group, but I really think it's hard to do that, especially because like literally when I was accepted to the Twitch Partner Program, the email that I got said, along the lines of welcome to like this exclusive group of the world's most popular content creators. Mm-hmm. The Twitch Partner Program is an exclusive group held to high standards, following codes of conduct. That's what they're asking Toontown partners to do, following.
That's what it means to be a creator.
Yeah. And see, here's the thing. I'm just going to say this because of the fact that they're trying to not make it an exclusive group, but some of the incentives are showing off that you're exclusive. They're giving you that exclusive Toon ID. They're giving you a vanity URL. These are things that aren't making you a better content creator, but they're making you cool and special. So I'm not against it being a special group. I'm all for it. That's the point of these kind of programs is like we're working with these people because we want to help them grow as they're helping our game grow. Like that's the whole point. They're special for a reason, right? But you can't say that you're not trying to make them special and then give them these special things that aren't even going to help them grow as a creator, just things that make them more special.
Yeah,
you hear that, Quentin? We want snacks at Toonfest.
Where's our VIP room at Toonfest?
Yes, we want that.
Except that I can't go in it. I'll just have Smirky tell me all about it.
The exclusive Toontown Partner Lounge.
Yeah.
Oh my god. No, I mean, I hope the team doesn't mind me just bringing this up in the video, but like, I don't know. I just kind of feel like I want to see the best out of this program, and I know there's just so much confusion right now, and like questions how like Noah raised like that are being brought up in discussions. Like, I really want to see this program like thrive, and I really do care about like seeing more people get accepted, seeing a community of people advocating as role models for the Toontown and Toontown community as a whole by promoting the game and ultimately promoting the community. Like, you need to like, I don't know, like, yes, you're holding us to higher standards. It really is an exclusive group, I feel. Mm-hmm. I don't know how you can make it not feel like an exclusive
and
group.
Again, it's like my thing is I'm not against it being an exclusive group even if I'm not part of it. That's fine. But don't tell people it's not when it is.
I don't know. That's just kind of how I feel about it. And trust me, I love like the fact that like I'm very thrilled that they invited me. Like, that was not on my radar. I was going to apply like everyone else. It was a very nice surprise to receive an invitation to join right off the gate. And I just want to, see this program be a good thing for the community. I want it to not just be this like, program filled with so many questions and doubts, which I see so many doubts. I just want it to, provide great resources and opportunities for creators. And I don't know, I just feel like I need to like speak up about it. And I'm
That's
certainly
fine.
saying stuff to the Toontown Rewritten team about it too.
Mhm.
So it's just, you know, I just want to, you know, hopefully see the best for it. And I don't know, hopefully everyone else does
You and
too.
everyone else.
Yep. And yeah, we're not trying to put the partner program in a negative light at all. We're absolutely saying we want this to succeed, and here's some ideas that we can provide for that to succeed.
Yeah, and hopefully, like, you know, they can clarify these guidelines that they put out that apparently a lot of people are still like very, you know, I guess questioning of, um, especially when it comes to like the whole family friendly thing. I've seen so many like questions about that. So
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm totally okay with the whole family friendly thing because I know
Yeah.
it's their program. I know they're not telling me to stop streaming completely. They're not telling me to stop making YouTube videos completely. They're not telling me to stop playing their game. They're just saying you can't be part of this exclusive group because you don't fit one of our guidelines. And I'm like, you're right, I don't fit that guideline, so this group probably isn't good for me. Like
but maybe it's
I'm
good for
very
them.
understanding of it. I don't know why
Yeah.
everybody else is throwing a fit. So
Yeah, no, for sure. And hey, if it makes anyone feel any better, I've literally cursed on my stream before, and I was invited to the
ooh,
program. So
All
bad
right, it's
Smirky.
over. You're
You,
cut.
you get one F bomb per year. Use it wisely.
oh my goodness.
Yeah, but it's good that at least they're very open because I remember when I was talking about it on stream, Quentin and Dan were both in my stream and they were like answering some questions I had about like, hey, can you play M-rated games? Some M-rated games are fine, but it really is like you have to use your best I guess your best judgment because like Call of Duty's fine, right? You're just shooting dudes, but it's not like there's anything really explicit going on. But they don't want you playing GTA and going into strip clubs and have titties flying in your face, right? So,
Yeah, I think a
Yeah.
lot of people are really like hesitant to apply because of that, and I think
mm-hmm,
that really needs to be made more clear. You
mm-hmm,
can play Call of Duty, you can play Valorant, you can
mm-hmm,
play, you know, these kinds of games, but like when you get into like certain like aspects that break like Twitch TOS, YouTube TOS, like
mm-hmm.
Toontown
Well, if you're
TOS.
breaking Twitch TOS, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can
no.
get away with anything on that website.
I mean, a girl literally flashed her titty and she's still on the website, so
We don't talk about her here.
we don't talk about that here.
Oh my God, Magnus.
Listen, this is on my channel, all right? I could say titty.
Well, I guess you're not part of the partner program.
That's
so-
fine with me.
Yep.
And by the
we
way,
have to-
in case staff is watching, Smirky is not saying titty, so he's still good.
Unless we force him to, and in that case.
Oh God.
But yeah, I think that's really important as well. It's like, what if you're streaming and one of your friends is saying things that are inappropriate? Or what if you're on someone else's stream and you want to say something inappropriate? Is that acceptable for the Toontown Partner Program?
What if my
Is it
music
like-
is not appropriate?
Is it like, oh, am I hanging out with like the wrong people? I mean, if I truly
Well, I
enjoy
mean,
it-
like, imagine if I was family friendly, but I hang out with, I'm not gonna say one of my friends' names, but I play video games with them sometimes, and they talk about penis a lot. Okay, so does that exclude me from the Toontown Partner Program because the person I'm talking to likes to make vulgar jokes that I still find funny? But they're not necessarily family friendly, you know? Or a good question you had was, what if it's music? I think Quentin straight up answered. He's like, you know, if the music isn't the main thing in the stream and it's kind of in the background and it's not too vulgar, like, you can listen to Eminem and probably be fine, right? But it's not like you're rapping along to Eminem being like, suck my mother, massive, right? Like, that's probably fine. But yeah, no, good question about like, what do you guys think? Like, what if you are with somebody and they're being inappropriate? Or in addition, are you allowed to be inappropriate on other people's streams or other people's content? It's a hard question to answer, right?
It's hard. It is a hard question to answer.
Like, that's something that maybe would be a good clarification to bring up with the Toontown written staff. And since we've got somebody on the inside, maybe that's a good question for you to ask.
I
Yeah,
mean,
maybe
I don't
someone can
know.
pick their brains.
I feel like that would be something that if I were to ask, they would say something. I don't know. This complete assumption. I don't know if they would be like, just be careful who you hang out with, but then like what if I wanted to squad stream with my pal Mega Snoop? Then like could I not, because he's not part of the program and he curses every like, 15
You think I
seconds.
curse?
I'm just throwing out
I
hypotheticals.
said mother, like.
You would never.
I would never.
Never in a million years.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Like, I mean,
Yeah, but like, what if you as a Toontown partner are like, I'm gonna play Valorant today, and I also play Valorant with you, and we're in voice call, and then I die, and I'm like, suck my titties, I died, right? Like that shouldn't. I don't think that should have any negative effect on you. Like maybe if it's, I feel like there's a certain point where if it becomes a normal thing in your streams where you're with people and they're being overly obnoxious and rude and outside of this family friendly thing that you're trying to set up, then there's a discussion that has to be made. But if I say suck my titties, I died one time while like I'm in the background of your stream, I don't think it should count against you.
yeah, I'm also just thinking like if I were to do like a late night, like after dark 18 plus kind of stream, and I put that in my title, and I were to like host like Jackbox party with friends, and we're like making all these jokes and cursing and whatever, like would that cause my partnership to go into like a review, or would it be a warning? Or,
I
I
think
don't
that's
know.
a really good question because there are some times that I wouldn't say it's appropriate to do things like that, but sometimes that's like the tone. Like you set it up from the beginning. This is the kind of stream it's going to be. Do not watch if you're, looking for family friendly content.
And look, normally my vibe as like just a streamer, I'm always like, family friendly, as positive as I can be. That doesn't mean I'm perfect. I am going to slip up. I am going to have moments where, maybe I do curse accidentally, or maybe I do something that, it's just like it's a minor thing, but it just kind of slips out. Like if it's like a minor thing, like I get it if it's a major thing, but if it's like a minor thing, would that like be warranting some sort of warning or some sort of penalty? Like I feel like that should kind of be explained as well, more clarified for the overall community's sake. Just to at least have people figure out whether or not they feel that they could potentially apply for the program if it interests them. Like I don't want something like that one curse word that you said 5 months ago on your stream to like be the reason that you're hesitant to apply for the partner program.
It's like the cancel culture. It's like, oh, you made a racist joke on Twitter in 2012, you can't be our president. Nope.
Yeah, I just I don't know. I think further clarity for the community's sake would be good on that regard, and as well as for current partners as well, like myself, who I'm not saying I'll do like late night streams after dark, where I specifically am doing 18 plus streams, but like I would just like to know that it's okay to do
you
that.
want the ability to, right?
Ultimately, yes, I am, branded as a family-friendly guy, but I want to have that freedom to like, do what I want if I, can.
If you set up the proper parameters.
Like a true American.
You're like, as a true American, I'm not going to walk through a Walmart with an AR-15, but if I want to have, a gun license and keep it holstered and, concealed, I should have that ability to.
Yeah,
we're not going to get into gun rights here. That's not what this is about.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad I can like provide that feedback directly to TTR, and I hope they take a look at this video and look at the comments and take a look at what other people are saying. Look at comments of your previous videos, Aaron. And
there's a lot of comments on a lot of videos that are saying a lot of things.
Yeah, quite some comments on like other videos about the partner program, and I think all the entire like community input should be taken into account for sure. And
absolutely, because it's the community that you're doing this for.
Yeah, I don't doubt the community and events team's like capability of like going through comments and reading what people are saying and at least taking it in. And yeah, like again, it's important to remember this is just like the foundation of the program. We have so much room to shape it. That's like the good thing. Like,
and I think it's good that creators are shaping this program rather than the people who want to get the community feedback. I'm glad that like creators are looking out for themselves first,
Yeah,
absolutely.
honestly another incentive for people to apply. I think, if you really want this program to like thrive just as much as like I do, come on in. Let's get some discussions going.
Come
Let's.
on and enter the Toontown Partner Lounge.
Oh my god! Could you imagine? Oh my
They got
god!
free sodas and stuff in there, man. I'm telling you.
All the monster energy you could ever ask
I mean,
for.
that's what Twitch partners get. I walked in and they just had a fridge full of Red
Red
Bulls, and I
Bull.
was like, "How
Yeah.
much?" They're like, "Bro, just take it." And I was like, "What?"
Free?
So I took 3.
If I'm
Yeah.
not meeting XQC in your partner lounge, I don't want to talk about it.
XQC for Toontown partner.
No. No.
It'd be terrible.
All right, but one more thing, if it's okay, I want to talk about one more topic before I let you go here today. Toontown drama. We'll touch it lightly, like it's ice, and it's you don't want to break it.
I think that social media has become such a really important part of the Toontown culture, right?
Mm-hmm.
When every staff member has their own Twitter and every Reddit post made has something to do with the game, and it being such a small and isolated community, it almost feels like everyone's walking on each other's toes, and it only takes a little bit for people to get up in arms, right? And that's showed by this, this new thing in Loopy's recent video. I'm not gonna name drop it, but if you have seen it, you've seen it. But I think there's a bit of like I guess the word can be used as festering that happens when this kind of drama happens, and you can either be for it or you can be against it. But nonetheless, it's extremely entertaining.
Oh yeah. I mean, anyone who knows me knows that I'm just like I'll have fun and I'll criticize the game and whatnot, but I'm not going to attack anyone specifically, and I do not care for drama. Once it comes out to you're either on our side or their side, that's not me. I'll make like a meme about it, but when people come up to me and they're like, "Hey, did you hear about this?" I'm like, I heard about it. I'm not going to talk about it. That's why I didn't make a video about it. I never mentioned it on stream. I never made it like an additional tweet outside my one little meme. And why we're barely even talking about it here is just because it is a topic. It is something that happened. I'd like to acknowledge that it happened, but I also want to talk about the best way to handle this type of thing. Like, that's why we're talking about it. We're not like, hey guys, Drama Alert Nation here. Did you hear what Loopy said? It's more
That's
like
why the podcast started off with the bit.
that's why it started with the bit, dude. But it's more like, listen, you're gonna see stuff like this. It's not your job to take a side. It's if anything, collect all the facts, make an opinion, like form your own opinion. But then, is it really something necessary? Is it something that really matters to you? If not, why do you need to speak an opinion?
Mm-hmm.
Smirky, what do you think?
But yeah,
What do I think?
Yeah, drama.
yeah.
Drama? Oh god.
I took drama in high school once.
Wait, Noah, were you gonna say something?
Nope.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I kind of agree with what you said. I don't really have much to say on it. Like, people will come into like our streams and just like say, "Yo, have you heard about the latest tea?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, but I mean, is it really my place to talk about it?" Like, yes, I understand it's important. Yes, I understand, like, like to you in this moment, it holds value, and I acknowledge that. And like, it's just not, something that I really want to dive into it. It's not really in line with what I want, my brand or like my streams to, be cultivated around.
Absolutely.
So, that like I get how it's important, and trust me, oh my god, I've lived in the silliest Toontown drama ever since like 2012. So I've been around it all. It feels like I've just seen it all, man. And I don't know, like I've been around it so much to at this point, it doesn't truly bother me that much anymore. Like, sure, I'll read into it. I'll see what people are saying even. I'll go that far, but honestly at that point, I just don't really say much on it. So
like, you don't need to make a tweet being all like, here's why everybody's wrong. Like, that's
Right.
just pointless.
Here's why everybody's wrong.
yeah.
So-
I mean, do I post a meme about it every now and then? Sure. And I just do it in good fun. I don't mean it to like go after anyone or anything.
Mhm.
But that's not to say I, use drama as a way to like clout chase. That's not
Oh
what
no, I
do
use
at
I
all.
use memes as a way to alleviate the tension of drama.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
It's therapeutic in a way,
Yeah.
I guess.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
when people want an escape from it, they're like, "Oh yeah, Mega Snoop made a funny tweet," like.
Yeah. And I want like my streams like to be an escape for people whenever, they are getting wrapped up in the drama, just to, like check in, see how they're doing, all that good stuff. So whenever someone comes in and they're like, I don't want to be a party ruiner, but and then they
But you already are.
yeah, like the moment you say but, you negate what you said before it. So,
Hmm. Like,
you know,
listen,
I
I'm not racist, but
Yeah. Then
there's
then
no
you're
sentence that ends good after that. There
nope.
just isn't.
Yeah. So, and I guess one thing I have to be careful about is my word now more than ever as a Toontown partner. I mean,
Hmm.
just being part of the program really does, like, in some way, just kind of makes it doesn't, I don't think it necessarily limits what I can and can't say in terms of my own opinions or my own critiques. I think that the partner program just has to make me more responsible with my word now more than ever. I mean, I've been fortunate enough to be in such a great position in this community over the years, but I think being held to that higher standard is just something I have to keep in mind. And that's something that everyone else has to keep in mind if you're applying for the program. Like, keep in mind that you are being held to a higher standard if you do decide to accept your invitation to the partner program or whatever. Like, it is important that if you are serving as like a role model, that you act like one and that you're careful with your word.
All
So,
right.
and that just goes for any content creator out there, really.
Follow-up question. So not diving into drama, but what if you wanted to give your opinion on drama? Do you think that's going to hurt your chances in the Toontown Partner Program?
I
Noah, what do you think?
So I actually did this when the Toontown Partner Program was first announced. I made that video from my stream, and I was
Hmm.
talking about like the Toontown Partner Program, and I dropped some other stuff in there as well. And you know what? Maybe because some of my content is fringe, right? I do stream Valorant, and sometimes my chat is a little bit full of degenerates. But I don't think that because essentially when you're a partner, you're a voice of the people, and this was something I wanted to bring up, but I didn't feel like we had time. But when you're a voice of the people, you need to be all of them, right? And that's one of the things that made me upset when Aaron was rejected, was because Aaron has been a voice of the people for a very long time. And when you're talking about, the community, you're talking about a lot of people. And so when you're picking and choosing who you're like, making a partner, it can be hard sometimes to kind of differentiate, okay, is this a voice of the people or is it an echo chamber for Toontown Rewritten to get the audience that they want to hear back from the most? And what about the minority of people, like, your 20-something-year-olds, or the people who have a lot of, they might have more opinionated stances on things. So maybe yes, maybe it does hurt your chances, but I don't think it should.
I think that's a fair take. Absolutely. Like, obviously, we won't know for sure because of the fact that we're not the ones picking and choosing and going over like the requirements. But absolutely,
Right.
like if you have an opinion about something, and it depends too, because if it's one of those people who are attacking, because we've seen that in Toontown drama, it's
point that would
going, yeah. If you're going out of your way to attack somebody, that's not very toony. And I don't think that should qualify you for the Toontown Partner Program in that sense. But if you just have, let's just pretend we're using this as a topic. Like there are some items in certain people's possessions, and maybe you feel that they should be allowed for everybody to see, or maybe instead you feel like it's okay if they don't share it. Like if you have one
Right.
opinion or the other, and you want to voice that opinion, I don't think that should count against you.
I think just being critical shouldn't disqualify you from
Hmm.
becoming a partner.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I kind of agree on that. Like, I mean, I understand the standards that, Toontown Rewritten's holding. I think, critiques should be welcome. I mean, there's a feedback channel in there for a reason. I've been offering my own opinions, my own critique on certain things. Like, if I can offer that, I don't see why other people can't offer that too. So, I think that, if people are involved in drama, like, do it in a respectful manner, of course, because don't do it in like a attacking, manner. That's just like flat out
Hmm.
cyberbullying. That goes against like their guidelines and everything.
The
So
internet TOS.
It's just the internet TOS.
Internet, yeah.
Doesn't matter what
It-
website you're on, except maybe
the World
4chan.
Maybe 4chan.
Yeah, I just think they should, definitely, consider that too. Like if there's whatever drama going on, if someone's involved in it, they should look at how are they conducting themselves? How are they handling that situation? That could say a lot about maybe how they could fit into the program or not fit into the program.
And that leaves a lot of gray area too. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna have some people who say things one way, and someone's trying to say the same thing, but they say it a different way, and you're gonna get one person accepted and one person not, just because the way it was said, not what it was said. And that's tough, because that is a human choice. There has to be a human on the other side of the computer that looks at these circumstances and says yes to this person and no to that person. It's not cut and paste.
And if they need more time to like confirm or deconfirm any suspicions they have of someone, just have them reapply in 2 to 3 weeks.
There you go, 2 to 3 weeks.
I mean, that's my thought. Like, if someone is like on the fence, take some time to look at how they're doing, how they're conducting themselves. See if they're doing it in an authentic manner. See if they really are interested in being part of the program. If that's really something they aspire to be part of, then I think that should also be taken into consideration.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but moral of the story: drama bad.
Drama bad.
Drama bad.
Drama can be interesting.
Is there anything else you guys wanted to add? Because I think I hit all the points I wanted to hit at least.
That's it. I'm good.
No. Yeah. Mega Snoop, you suck for getting denied.
Yeah.
Drama bad. I need to get into less drama apparently. No, I was genuinely like, I even have the email up in case I wanted to reference it. It was notably for sexual language, and I'm like, that's probably right.
I can't believe Quentin wrote that on your monitor.
Yeah, he did. Says this is partly due to you not meeting our family-friendly requirement, but was influenced by one of your past infractions, notably one for sexual language. And I'm like, yeah, that's right. You're right. But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here. I want to thank these guys for, hanging out with me and talking and having a good time. And we just talked about Toontown for an hour. So if this is something you guys want to see in the future, leave a comment and maybe a bunch of likes, and we'll consider bringing the group around. And yeah, more podcasts. Bring in more people, maybe. Have more different views. Maybe we can influence some of the older people from the community, like Mr. Gear Up, to come in. Maybe we could even pull in a staff member from Toontown Rewritten to get some insight. I don't know. That would be pretty cool. This is gonna be it, dude. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. Thank you guys for hanging out.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks for having us.
So be sure to check out Smirky at twitch.tv/Smirky, youtube.com/Smirky probably, and Mr. Squeak, is it still Squeak__?
It is __.
Twitch.tv/Squeak__. I'll link both of these dudes. They're great dudes. So appreciate you guys watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Leave some comments on your thoughts, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See you, dudes.
See ya.
Smirk on, Omega lol.
Omega lol, got him.